if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home.
NXT Takeover 30 takes place at NXT's home base of Full Sail University, a homecoming. How long has it been since they've been there? Since the whole COVID-19 and quarantine thing. So it's a good thing to see them back. Now, started off with the pre-show, of course, and that was for the NXT Tag Team Title #1 contender triple threat match. You had Breezango, you had Daniel Lorcan. They kind of look the same, so it's kind of easy to confuse them, but both bald and everything. But that's Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch and Legado del Fantasma. And the physicality of this match was great. And it could have gone either way, and it wouldn't have mattered who won, because all the teams, all three teams deserved to win. But a super kick from Tyler Breeze to Oni Lorcan and scores a pinfall victory. Now, I'm waiting for the day that Lorcan, who took the pinfall yet again, snaps on Burch and turns heel out of frustration. How long are these guys going to be on the receiving end of the pinfall? I mean, they've had shots at the title before, and they always come up short. And I believe it's always Lorcan that loses. If not all the time, most of the time. It's gonna happen. You can see shades of him being a heel, especially when he gets all pumped up and he gets all fired up and stuff, and you can see a little inkling of a heel and Oni Lorcan. So that's probably something that he needs to do. Maybe switch it up a little. Now, let's go to the main card, and that is Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher, the submission specialist Thatcher, and the aerialist Prince Finn Balor. Now, Thatcher was cinching in various submissions and taking the Prince to school, but Balor was countering with his unmatched aerial attacks. Coup de grace is hit on Thatcher, followed by the 1916 for the pinfall. The match was very physical. These two really, really took it to each other, and I tell you, Thatcher looked like he may have was about to upend Finn Balor. And it was a really great match, and I really, really love physical matches. I really do. The hard hitting, these guys getting their offense in and their moves in, telling a story in the ring. That's what we all want. We don't want just one guy being a lump while the other one carries him. These guys pretty much carried each other and really, really carried each other to an amazing match. And with that victory, that marks the 12th victory for Finn Balor at NXT Takeovers. Now, the Golden Boar models are at ringside. I thought I was going to be, rid myself of them for one day. And they need to be seen and not heard. Okay, I can see them. Two beautiful girls, They're pretty easy on the eyes, but not so much on the ears. And I don't want to hear their voices. Now, let's go to the North American Title ladder match. DamianPriest versus Johnny Gargano versus Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and the Velveteen Dream. Now, Priest, as they come to the ring, their entrances and everything, he's channeling Razor Ramon. And then Bronson Reed is channeling Bam Bigelow with his tights, and the Dream is sporting a chain headwear, all of the big bad booty daddy himself, Scott Steiner. I thought all these guys were going to come out. Cameron Grimes looking like Jeff Jarrett, and then Johnny Gargano. Who could Johnny Gargano dress like? I guess Shawn Michaels, I don't know. But they were all coming out. I think there's a theme. Is there a theme to this match? What's the pay-per-view again? Is it you know what I mean, like an old school? What are they doing? But they all look good, and while the match is going on, you see all the ladder spots that you can imagine. All five of these men brought it. and with no regard for their own bodies. Now, I love physical matches, like I mentioned earlier, and this was a display of physicality that you just got to admire. And then, through the course of the match, you see all these suicide dives, right? And then even thick boy Bronson Reed goes for a dive himself. Pretty impressive. And I think it'd be even better than old Big E. When Big E does it, he just falls forward, lets his weight take him. Bronson Reed just goes for gusto, man, when he does it. And it's quite a sight to see. Now, Candice LeRae gets involved. She keeps Cameron Grimes from climbing the ladder, and then through a double team move with her husband, she does a 6 spot, pulling off a Hurricane Rana off the top rope to Grimes, who then takes out the others on the arena floor. In the end, it came down to Gargano and Priest, and Gargano unhooked the belt, but Priest grabbed it, kicked Gargano off and pulled it down. And your new North American champion is DamianPriest, and later on we saw DamianPriest in a hot tub in the back, in the parking lot with 2 hot chicks, and he's drinking champagne and just living it up. Why not? He's the champ. He said he was going to do this when he becomes a champion. He was going to, get more women, right? And more prestige and more all this stuff that he wants. He's going to get it. He's getting all this. Imagine if he becomes an NXT champion one day. He's going to have the world, right? Yeah. So, congratulations to him. So far, I'm I'm 0 for 3 in choosing who I thought was going to win the matches. Now, Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. But in this match, no entourages or cohorts are allowed at this ringside. Even though we saw McAfee's boys at the ringside. I don't know why. Undisputed Era went backstage. But you gotta admit, McAfee's entrance music bumps, But I think that's the only thing good about him at this point. Now, he does look like he's been putting in the work. And McAfee is doing the basics well. But McAfee does a top rope swanton bomb on everyone as the match goes on down below, takes them all out. And every time McAfee pulls off a move, he gets all cocky, and that may cost him. Now, McAfee, I don't know how he did it. Him and Cole were on the fucking, up turnbuckle, or McAfee was facing each other, and and I don't know what he did, how he did it, but McAfee just backflipped out of a push off by Cole on the top rope. He pushed him off, he does a backflip, then he leaps to the top rope, and then he superplexes Adam Cole. And then he takes the opportunity to kick Cole as Cole was resting on the apron. His head was outside. And then, instead of kicking Cole, McAfee ends up kicking the steel steps. And then takes advantage, does Adam Cole, and he puts him in the figure 4 leg lock. But he does get out, and he hits his touchback punt kick to Cole, only to get the 2 count. Now, he did say it only takes 1 kick. So much for it only taking 1 kick to win. The saying is going to take only 1 kick. Now, gets Cole in a situation where he's able to jump off the top rope. Off the top rope goes McAfee, but he eats a super kick. And Cole looks to hit his finisher, kicking him on the back of the head. So the last call or the last shot, right? But instead, he says, nah, not going to do it. And he goes for the Panama Sunrise and gets a pinfall victory. But I must admit, hesitatingly, that McAfee held his own, and this match could be match of the night. And I think, so this right here is 0 for 4. I'm not hitting on all cylinders here. I'm not, if I was a betting man, I'd be losing my bank, my own money. But I think but on the side note, I think Vic Joseph was in NXT UK too long, because he referenced the NXT UK when describing the NXT universe. And then you hear Graves kind of correct him, but in a way that it didn't make him look dumb. He says, yeah, we're our universe, the NXT universe. He said it like that. So it's almost like Vic Joseph, he is a good commentator, but I think he's trying to be a heel commentator. He's kind of leaning more towards the heel guys, and it doesn't work, but we'll see where we go with that. Now, the NXT Women's title match, Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. Now, Io starts aggressively and takes it to Dakota, but it doesn't last long. Kai takes control and targets Shirai's left elbow after injury. And the fucking PC morons chanting gets on my nerves as usual. Io, yo, right? Shut the fuck up with your obnoxious chants. It's like, people probably watch my videos and say, man, enough, dude, you always complain. But listen to them. If it doesn't annoy you, I don't know what's going on. Because they don't do it right. I don't care if they chant, I don't mind that. But do it in the right way. Now. Io gets a palm strike in, or the lightning punch that John Cena does. And Io is back in control. She strings together a series of offensive moves and connects with the Tiger Feint kick. But after some exchanges, Kai hits the Scorpion kick as Shirai comes off the ropes. I mean, this match is going back and forth. A really great match thus far. And the PC morons' chants don't make sense. And don't even doesn't make sense, and it's just like where they use it, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit, And I bet it's that moron Eric Bugenhagen. Fuck, I still can't stand saying his name. There's other people that I know that can't stand him either. They agree with me. Now, Kai hits the go-to kick. I guess that's how you say her move, the name of the move, but Shirai gets boot on the ropes now. Io hits the moonsault, but the ref is knocked out by a Kai face wash kick earlier, so he can't make the count. Now Gonzalez choke bombs or choke slams Io. Kai only gets a 2 count. Now Shirai locks in the crossface, but Kai gets to the outside, but Shirai hits a moonsault to the outside elbow of Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Now in the ring, and Io Shirai connects with her Asai moonsault, and this time she gets the pinfall victory and retains her title. So your champion is still Io Shirai. Now, in comes Raquel Gonzalez to try to work over Io again, but then the music of Rhea Ripley hits and they both face off. Is this going to be a future match, a future feud? I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I also want to see Ripley against Mercedes Martinez. So we'll see. Triple threat with all three of them. That would be a banger match right there. Now, nah, hey, chant by this. For Gonzalez. Why? Gonzalez is on the winning side, you PC assholes. It's like, learn to use the chants at the right time for the right occasion. It's like, why are you nah, hey-ing her? Oh, because Ripley made her go out of the ring? It's like, that wasn't like it's like, you all know the situation when you use that. Someone is forced to leave, someone is getting kicked out, They try too hard. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I wish that this was done in the Thunderdome, so at least you wouldn't hear the idiots. You'll just see their faces, and then, the idiots, the PC guys, you'll see the universe's faces under screens, and then you'll hear piped in. I'd rather hear piped in chants than not. Okay. Before we get to the main event, we see a promo for the return of NXT UK in September the 17th of this year. It's about time. Yes. I am pumped for that. I really, when I started seeing their faces and the NXT UK symbol, I'm like going, oh, it's coming, it's here. You see, Walter, you see, Kaylee Ray, Piper Niven, some of the familiar faces that I have not seen in some time, and I'm glad that they're able to secure a venue and be able to wrestle again. I didn't really catch where the venue was, but it doesn't matter. I'm glad they're back, and they deserve it. But of course, after we see the Ciampa promo, and he will be returning this coming Wednesday, they mentioned that, but they didn't mention NXT UK coming back. So I always refer to NXT as the redheaded stepchild sometimes when it comes to WWE. So what are the what can you refer to the NXT UK as, right? Because redheaded stepchild is bad enough, you know. I mean, they don't even get a mention. NXT, yeah, once in a while, you know. But what does that make the NXT UK? It's sad. It's like, you know, mention them. It's an exciting thing. Big Joseph was working there as commentator for the longest time. You would think he would say something. Hey, that's great. It's coming back. Cool. No, nothing. Typical. Now, let's go to Kross versus Lee. Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee for the NXT title. After Kross enters the ring, I noticed some theme music hits, you know, and Scarlett's in there mouthing the words, looking like intense. I love when she does that part. And then the PC jackoffs start clapping. He's a heel, you dopes. Like, why are you clapping, right? I think because he's cool, you know, so they clap, you know. But then after the ring announcer says Karrion Kross's name, the PC dorks boo. It's so annoying, like, seriously. Do you understand? Do you know? Do you get it? Do you know that you need to chant, you know, for one, or cheer for one, and cheer for him all the time, and boo for the other all the time? But no, we're going to cheer for him. Oh, I want to boo for him this time. Yeah, Karrion Kross is a cool character. Really, really intense. He's an amazing talent in the ring. But, you know, keep the damn thing going where he's the heel. You got to boo the heel. You know, I think these guys need to have a class. Seriously. Now, anyway, Lee starts out heavy, you know, laying in punches and getting Kross to beg off. But Kross imposes his will and takes control. And after Lee hurts his arm, Kross then goes in for the kill and locks in a submission, trying to hyperextend the left elbow of Lee. Now, that's a good plan on Kross's part, targeting the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. I mean, Lee's offense will be very limited for the limitless one, if one of his arms is incapacitated. Now, so much for a Spirit Bomb or Big Bang Catastrophe, but Lee gets out of the grasp of Kross by lifting him up and slamming him down. There's some power there now. And Lee gets in control, and after a series of offensive moves, he hits a huge power bomb, power slam, I should say. But in short order, Kross connects with a momentum-filled clothesline. It's from one side of the ropes, the other side connects with that clothesline to Lee, but it isn't enough to keep the NXT champ down. Cross jacket, a submission on Lee, goes for cross jacket, and will the champ fade out to Kross's signature submission? He almost does, and Lee is in a fight for his title retention. He goes for and hits the Spirit Bomb, but that's not enough to keep the challenger down for the 3. Now up on the second turnbuckle, Kross hits a Doomsday Saito suplex, and shockingly Lee is pinned for the 3 count. It looked like that wasn't even planned. Did he get winded or knocked out? His win out, or what are they going to get? Because like, Lee hasn't had the title for that long. So someone was saying earlier that he's going to end up being a transitional champion. Maybe he was. You know, the whole climate going on right now in the world. Maybe because, you know, give him the title, appease the people. I don't know. But your new NXT champ is Karrion Kross. Now, it doesn't surprise me since Karrion Kross is on a win streak and undefeated. Lee may well get a rematch, but in the meantime, Kross is the new champ and his reign of terror begins. Well, that was my rundown and thoughts on NXT Takeover 30, and might I say, I was entertained. Have I seen better? Of course, but for what it was worth, NXT put on a good show. So for those of you who stopped by and checked out my video, I appreciate it. I always do. Thank you so much for your support. And in closing, and as always, take care.